Good evening and welcome to Funding Cable 10's coverage of Hockey Night in Fredericton. Dave Ritchie here with John Creaser from the LBR tonight. Game 3 of the Provincial High School AAA semifinal between the Oromocto High School Blues and the Fredericton High School Blackcats. And John Creaser, 1991 revisited. The Blues up 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, and if you remember how that one ended, the Blues commanding two-game lead. Danny McLeod come down from Fredericton to play hockey in Oromocto. Stephen Parks in the Game 4 just floated one in Danny's general direction. It went in, made it 2-1. Mike O'Donnell, I think, set up the winning goal in overtime. That was scored by
Trevor Lombard.
The next midget.
And I'll tell you, John, I make mention of that because right now that's what the Blackcats are talking about. They need a reenactment of that series because the Oromocto High School Blues have been outstanding in the postseason this year, and with the 2 victories in the first 2 games of this series, 6-5 in this rink, the LBR in Game 1, and 6-3 at the King Zero in Oromocto. They're carving quite a story in the postseason of high school hockey.
Mark Roberts calls them the derelicts of destiny, and that may well be what they are.
And certainly Cinderella, the ball, still very much alive, John, and well, because this team under Daryl Smith has really caught the imagination of the people in Oromocto. I talked to Mike Power, who's covering the series for the Gleaner, and a packed house in Game 2 in Oromocto. A big crowd here in Game 1 of the LBR. Tonight there's going to be a big crowd on hand. In fact,
there is now.
Yes, looking over 1,000 people. And what a story being written by the Blues, John. Defeating Edmundston, Sidney DeJean Republicans in the West, Hockey West, basically elimination final.
Yeah.
And then they went on to play St. Malachy's. They defeated St. Malachy's in straight games. The Blackcats, on the other hand, you look at Oromocto coming on the ice.
Here they come.
The Blackcats, of course, beat Canada Cases, 3 very lopsided games. And Mark Francis talked about the layoff. Really a good, tough hockey has really hurt the Blackcats in the postseason.
Dave, I don't think there's anything ever in this city like a Fredericton-Oromocto matchup when it counts. It's tremendous.
Well, this is very reminiscent of St. Thomas and UNB, of course, John. And I think, as you look at that man right there just a moment ago, Daryl Smith, well, he is a former assistant coach to Al McAdam at St. Thomas. And talking again with Mike Power, there's a lot of this Tommy family type feeling on this Oromocto team, and that's what Daryl Smith is being able to bring with this team. Each of these players now play a role, and they're happy with the role, Johnny. It's manifested itself in a tremendous playoff run up to this point.
Well, Dave, do you agree with Mark Francis' comments that I know we're down 2-0, but I still think we're a better team?
Well, the bottom line, John, is the scoreboard, and right now the Blues have won the first 2 games of this series, so you have to really beg to differ with Mark Francis on that count, but they have to win 3 games to win this series, and the Blackcats, again, we talked about 1991, same type of scenario.
Well, here come the Blackcats.
To a pretty rousing ovation from the LBR crowd. This is great stuff, high school hockey, John, and of course the winner of this series will play for the Provincial High School AAA title, and they will play the winner of Matthew Martin and Clement Cormier.
There's no question, Dave, some of the most memorable hockey games I've ever seen involved high school teams.
They involved FHS Oromocto as well.
Yes.
I remember here one year, John, I watched John White and the Blues defeat the Blackcats, a much favored Blackcat team, I think in 1989, and it was they won the series in the last game of the series in this rink, and it was very emotional. Then we talked about 1991, of course, and the Blues had the Blackcats on the ropes, of course, with Lar Wood and Jeff Kirkbride, 2-0 in that series, and the Blackcats, you talked about the goal by Stephen Parks, they won that Game 4 in overtime. Then they really won Game 5 rather easily, en route to playing Louis J. Robishaw in that provincial final. But certainly there's a lot of history between these 2 schools, and it's caught the imagination of the area. Really, this is the only hockey left in town, excluding the American Hockey League.
Well, the Bantams, of course, have a tournament, the Maritime tournament coming up. But yeah, regular playoff hockey, this is it. And I think the Blackcats, certainly the recipients of that, of the people that still haven't had enough hockey, that are still hockey not hockeyed out.
There's playoff fever, John. Of course, it's been going on in the city for a while. And the university's done the, that part of it. The midget Canadians are finished. Of course, Miramichi winning the provincial midget AAA title this year. So it's really these two teams, and regardless of which team wins this series, we will have an area team in the provincial high school final. Now we have the national anthem here at the LBR. We're ready for game 3 of the provincial high school semifinal. The referee tonight, Brady Moore. The linesman, Ted Cadet, and Andrew Carruthers, and the goaltenders tonight for the Armucka High School Blues. It will be Lee Barter, number 30, and in goal tonight for Fredericton High School, Jonathan Hoyt-Hallett. John, this rink is electric tonight for game 3.
Oh, this place is rocking. It's do or die. There's no two ways about it. I met Mark on Friday night. We talked a bit, and there's no legs left. They got to win tonight, or it's good night, Alice, for the year for the Fredericton Black Cats, and they just got to win.
John, just our producer up here, Terry Cannell. We do hope to have interviews if he can arrange them. I know I talked to David Weasel. He might be one of our guests, but we'll talk further about that. Well, 6-5 in game 1 for Armucka on this rink. And in that game, the Black Cats had a 2-goal lead twice. Game 2, 6-3 at Kings Arrow. The Black Cats looking to stay alive in this series. Terry can't read my writing, John.
Well,
just ask him to check with the truck. A little bit of a delay here as we get ready for game 3.
A little gamesmanship here.
Yeah, well, there was some gamesmanship, John, in the warm-up. And we talked about the game 2 get rather nasty near the end of the game, was our understanding at the Kings Arrow. And you can see that here in the pregame skate and the warm-up. A lot of talk going on back and forth, but we're ready to go here. And we're underway here from the LBR. And Wentworth was checked. Now, Topinitsky plays up along the boards to Murphy, who plays it into the Black Cat zone. Now, McInerney to center ice. Murphy will dump it back in here for the Blues. It goes in behind Hoyt-Hallett.
They've already got penalties.
Now, Topinitsky, that's probably from the warm-up, John. Caught by Hallett.
Yeah, a couple of misconducts by the sounds of things.
I didn't hear the players involved, but
Callahan's one of them. I'm not sure who the other one is.
Well, we talked about the gamesmanship. Well, that's why the delay, obviously. And Brady Moore, John, wants to get a look at this game early, for sure. As you look at Jonathan Hoyt-Hallett. Maybe you can see the Irving signs on the LBR ice surface. Of course, this is where the site of the Atlantic Bantam Irving Oil Challenge Cup will be held at the LBR this week, the week of April the 1st. Puck flipped over the boards, and the Armucka player went down. That was Gary Thompson, courtesy of Ryan McInerney. And you can see from our picture right there, John, that the number of people in this rink, this place is full.
Well, we've had some legendary battles between these two teams, and I don't know. One would hope this game stays close tonight.
Well, that's right, and
so that you don't have a reoccurrence of these 102 penalty games that we've had 5 and 6 years ago.
Well, Mark Francis talked about the benefits for high school hockey of this series, of course, Oromocto FHS. And we're seeing that manifesting here in Game 3 with the crowd. Now, Topaniski is checked and played to center ice now. Fleming, here for FHS, plays the 2 center ice to Andrew Bruce, who bumps on the Oromocto player. And it's in behind the goal now. Drew off the end board. Kept in here, though, by the Blackcats. That shot there over top of the goal in behind. Now, Dickerson here for FHS. In behind, being checked now. Comes out in front of the Oromocto goal, and finally they try to clear, but they can't. A quick shot there by Bruce. Knocked down by Berner. Now Drew up here to Thompson. Now here to center ice to Stubbard. Here's a chance now in on goal. Quick shot there by Chappelle.
Good defensive play by the Blackcat defenseman.
The Cats were pitching in there, John, and the Blues came out 3-on-1, and Chappelle, number 60 with a chance, and was dumped as he made the power move to the goal. As you look at Hoyt Hallett, that shot really wasn't a hard shot considering the situation beginning for them up here on the blue line. They had a 3-on-1 on the Blackcat goaltender. Face off to the right of Hoyt Hallett. Of course, the big line for Oromocto, John, is the Chappelle line with Gary Thompson and Stubbard. Now they have Dave Penny, number 19, as their center.
The guy you got to watch awful closely. Penny's a great hockey player.
He's been a great player for his entire career at Oromocto High School. And on the face-off now, it's controlled here by the Blues, and the blue line kept in, though. Now, that was Porter being checked. Number 5, Wentworth, dumping in behind the Blackcat goal. Now Clark is checked. Here's a chance now for Thompson, who's had the puck taken off the stick and finally cleared over the boards by the Blackcats. Once again, a face-off to the right of Hoyt Hallett. Well, John, it's interesting because Chris Rickard was getting most of the work in the early part of the postseason, but right now it's Jonathan Hoyt Hallett.
Well, the problem is, 6-3, 6-5. You've given up 6 goals in each of the first 2 games.
Well, he did pull him in Game 2, did Francis, and he ended the game with Hoyt Hallett. Getting the call here in Game 3. Now Smith went down. The puck's in that corner. It's Penny being bumped. And Thompson as well went down for Oromocto. Still in that corner. Trying to dig out here is McCafferty. And he finally lost it. Played 2 center ice by the Blackcats. Shot back in here by the Blues. Now that's McInerney. Up here to Johnson, trying to play it ahead to Kilburn. He's bumped by Penny. Now Drew up on the wing here. That went off the stick of Thompson. Malloy plays it up here to Tommy Johnson. Redirected over here to center ice. Here's a breakdown for Johnson. Johnson on goal. He was dumped. Just fed in front of the Oromocto goal, and there's going to be a penalty against the Blues.
Tripping penalty, I think.
And I think Drew is going to be calling number 18. At 2:18 of the period for the indiscretion on the Blackcat player Tommy Johnson. And I guess we don't have an interview for the first period. We'll hopefully get that situation corrected. There is the Oromocto High School Blue player, Troy LeDrew, in the penalty box for tripping at 2:18.
Key guy to have off.
Well, it puts the Blackcats on the power play. And right on the face-off, control here now by the Blues. Topaniski plays it in amongst the spectators. And once again, a face-off to the right of Lee Berger. Tripping's a call against that man right there, LeDrew. They're one of their key players, I guess, John, in the postseason.
He's been a great player for them through the playoffs.
Face-off to the right of Berger, who's been a big factor in this series as well for Oromocto High School. And on the face-off, goes all the way down the ice. Now Hoyt Hallett will leave for McInerney. In behind the Blackcat goal, number 2. Ryan McInerney joined the club at the halfway point of the schedule. Now flip to center ice. Kalpaniski dumps it back here to the Blackcat blue line. We're dumped up here by Fleming. He'll dump it in behind the Oromocto goal. Now Wentworth being bumped there by John Burns. Burns in behind the goal now for the Blackcats. Burns, number 6, being bumped there by Tolpaniski. They both went down. And shot down the ice here by Dave Penny. Now McInerney once again, power play has 1:09 and counting. McInerney plays up here to Andrew Bruce in the center ice area of the Blackcats. Bruce into the zone, and he was forced outside. Tommy Johnson moved in there prematurely. Now Bruce over here to Kilburn, trying to feed Bruce, and it's picked off and shot to center ice. Here's a breakdown for Thompson. Quick shot there over top of the goal, and just off the goal by Gary Thompson. Now Bruce up here to David Kilburn. Feathering pass here to Johnson. Lost it. And shot down the ice once again. Power play has 34 seconds. Jeff Malloy being bumped in behind the goal by Murphy. Now McInerney up here to Dickinson in the center ice area now for FHS. Into the zone. Dickinson makes a power move. And a goal. Quick shot there. Knocked down by Browder and played to the corner.
Great chance.
Now Johnson in behind here to Dickinson once again. Trying to feed the point to Malloy. Now in here to Dickinson. Back to Jeff Malloy, number 26 at the left point. Malloy will take the shot deflected. Off the backboard now. Anderson is shot. They score! Well, John, the Blackcats strike first. The goal by Joey Anderson. Victimizing that man right there, Lee Browder on the short side at 4:19.
On the power play.
Just as the power play was expiring. Well, Mark Francis talked about how critical it was for the Cats to get off to a good start. Well, they have here tonight.
Well, that looked fairly innocent, really.
On the short side, you're right. They came very close as previous to that. Now, Popolinski. Joe Anderson with the goal. Bruce and Malloy on the assist on that goal. Now just found at the side of the goal. That was Wall in behind here for Armando. Now flipped up along the boards and passed Popolinski and all the way down the ice it goes. That's Chris Allen here. Just trying to feed the puck in front. It was redirected. Now play up here down to Dave Penny in the center ice area for Armando over the Wall. Now Wall into the zone being watched by McInerney. It's bumped to the boards by McInerney as Wall. Now Penny just on the side of the Blackcat goal, trying to control here by FHS. Terry Cannell over here to Anderson. Anderson will take this shot, knocked down by Browder, and the rebound played in behind the goal now by Carr for Oromocto High School. Noah Carr can't clear the zone, kept in by Fleming. That shot redirected the rebound.
Oh!
That went off the stick of Browder and over the boards.
Boy, Browder was lucky on that, I have to say it.
Well, that shot by Fleming was redirected right to the goaltender, and Johnson with a good chance for FHS.
Here.
Well, Johnny, you got to be good to be lucky, and got to be lucky to be good sometimes, I guess.
Well, I think Barter was one of the last players cut by the Midget Canadians, AAA Midget Canadians, and he's been a great goaltender for Armando.
He's been their go-to guy in the playoffs for sure. There's your Funny Cable 10 scoreboard. 1-0 Blackcats. A goal by Anderson at 4:19. Now shot in here by Hashi. Now Popolinski up along the board here, trying to feed Thompson, kept in by Fleming. Shot just off the goal. Now Burns will play into the corner. Wentworth now for Oromocto, plays off his own goal in behind now. Popolinski up along the board to Thompson. He's checked. Now Fleming will take the shot. That's redirected in behind. And finding control here by Chappelle. He plays it to center ice. Now Fleming's pass knocked down here and control now by Thompson. Over here, Chappelle, quick shot caught by Boyd Hallett. And he'll hold for the faceoff. Well, John, there's no question that Gary Thompson is the man to watch here for Oromocto High School, number 17, the team captain. He's had a tremendous season for Daryl Smith, the head coach.
Well, Daryl Smith's done a great job with this Oromocto team. I mean, really brought them along from a very mediocre beginning. First half of the season, one of the best teams in the league in the second half.
Well, as well, John, his assistants, Kevin Ager and Charlie Cameron. Here's a breakdown for Johnson and on goal! May off the goal post.
Oh, what a chance for Tom.
Now Kilburn in behind the goal. Just in front here, Johnson shot.
Oh.
Knocked down by Browder. Johnson once again is being checked by LeDrew. It's in behind the Oromocto goal. Just fed in front of the goal. Nice shot. Stop by Burner.
Oh, my gracious.
He's getting wild and wacky for sure. Hal Johnson missed the first chance. It looked like he had beaten the Oromocto goaltender on the short side, but it found the inside of the post. Now, I'll tell you, John, how that thing stayed up, because there were about 3 great chances for Johnson particularly in that sequence.
Well, I think Burt is probably the best high school goaltender in the Big Six, and maybe, you know, I don't know about Moncton, what kind of down there in that league, but this Burt is some kind of goaltender.
Well, he's certainly played a key role in the Blues in this postseason for sure. And on the faceoff, played to the corner. Now, Koplinski being bumped in on the boards by Cannell. Now Howland. The Malloy will take the shot. Redirect to the corner. Now played up here to center ice to Dave Penny. Here for Oromocto High School. He's dumped here at the blue line. Now quick shot there by Malloy and stopped by Hoyt Howland. That's an interesting story, John. Number 2 for Oromocto High School. It's Peter Malloy. And he is a brother of the Black Ass, Jeff Malloy.
Yeah. Strange.
Interesting little byplay, I'm sure, over breakfast this morning.
Well, we've had situations where we've had a midget player and his brother playing for the high school, but I never brother against brother.
I don't recall that's right at the high school level. They've had brother against brother for sure. Face off to left of Hoyt Hallett. I'll have to find out the particulars of that sequence as well. Why one player is going to Oromocto and the other kid's going to FHS. Now Fleming in here for FHS. Up here to Burns off his stick. Now play here to the center ice. Here's a breakdown for Thompson. Trying to make a move on the defense. Finally smothered by Hoyt Hallett.
And there's a penalty here, I think, against the Black
FHS. Well, John, the bugaboo has been the penalty for the Black Cats this season, and Mike Fleming is being ticketed by Brady Moore at 6:58 for holding. So the Blues on the power play, Fleming not particularly enthralled with the call.
No.
Should mention, John, our Funding Cable 10 crew in the truck. We have Chris Allworth is our director. Mitch Greencorn is our overseer. Daryl St. Amand, Warren Rendell Dean, Jody Dross, Jamie Wilson, and Jonathan Mogert. I'm David Chillon with John Creaser. Game 3 of the Provincial High School AAA semifinal. 1-0 FHS. Holding's a call against the Black Cat player. And shot down the ice here by the Cats. It's in behind the goal. That drew now for Oromocto High School. Setting up this power play situation. He thought Thompson was going to take a puck. Now Thompson has it on the left wing. Thompson into the zone. Back here to Chappelle. Shot. They score! At 7:29. Number 16, Chappelle with the goal. On the power play.
I have the feeling Helen just didn't see that.
Well, Thompson found the pass, John, Gary Thompson. And he just drilled it by Hoyt Hallett. Did Chappelle. It's 1-1. Adam Chappelle with the goal. Quick shot there. Play to the corner. Now Topolninsky was bumped. 7:29 at the time of that goal, by the way. Now Malloy plays up here for FHS to Kilburn. He'll dump it to the Oromocto zone. Now Murphy got beaten to the puck goal by Johnson. Now Johnson in behind. Tommy Johnson for FHS is left in the corner. Now Cameron being checked there by the Black Cat player. Now Johnson with a bit of a shot. And he's going to be called as Tommy Johnson. Well, Topolninsky, John, was dumped from behind by Johnson. And Tommy's going to be called. Again, the penalty bugaboo deflecting the Black Cat. In this case, Tommy Johnson. At 8:04.
Well, name of the game's discipline under these circumstances.
And your team captain as well. So the Blues on the power play. They have just scored on the power play a moment ago by Adam Chappelle. Now Topolensky will just dump it to the corner. McInerney, he's checked in the corner here by Peter Malloy. In behind the goal, Malloy once again here for Oromocta High School. It just fed out in front of the Black Cat goal and controlled now by FHS. But Burns is checked. Now Wentworth, number 5, being checked by John Burns. Now Topolensky up here to Peter Malloy. Once again being bumped there by Bruce. Topolensky overskates it. Bruce leaves it back here for Jeff Malloy for FHS. Too far for Bruce. Now Wentworth to Topolensky back here to Wentworth in the center ice area. That pass knocked down by Burns, who's been very conspicuous for the Black Cats on this shift. Now played in behind the Oromocta High School goal. Topolensky once again, number 3. Long pass up here, redirected by Chappelle into the Black Cat corner. Now Fleming gets a pass, Penny down the ice it goes. Power play has 54 seconds and counting. Now Noel Carr in behind here for Oromocta High School, being watched by Mark Dickinson. Up here to center ice to Chappelle, now to Gary Thompson into the zone, being checked by Hashi. It's in behind the Black Cat goal in the corner. Now that's Thompson, left it there for Stubbart. In here to Thompson, back to Stubbart. Stubbart once again now for Oromocta, trying to get the puck in front. They do. Chappelle was being checked by Chris Howland, shot down to center ice by FHS. Now Carr up to Stubbart, he'll dump it into the Black Cat zone in behind Hoyt Hallett. We'll play it to the corner. Now Stubbart once again here for Oromocta High School. He's left it there in the corner. Thompson is bumped by Fleming. Now Stubbart in the corner once again, just in front of the goal. Carr will take the shot. It's called by Moore. And there's going to be another Black Cat penalty, John. And Dickinson got flattened by LeDrew at center ice. I don't think Dickinson heard that whistle being blown by. In fact, LeDrew's going to be called for that as well.
Well, that's for what?
Well, he dumped the Black Cat player, Dickinson, at center ice.
Dickinson tried to hit him and didn't do a very good job of it, I think.
There's the Oromocta player being called, LeDrew, and as well, Black Cat player Fleming was called before that.
If LeDrew got a penalty for that check, he didn't deserve it.
And previous to that, John, it was a Black Cat player being ticketed, Mike Fleming, I believe. Was the player that was called. As I'm looking at the penalty box area right now. Well, that was the initial call in the corner. Fleming did a number on Gary Thompson. And then subsequent to that, Dickinson brought the puck up ice for the Black Cats. And unbeknownst to him, the whistle been blown, but lo and behold, he got dumped by LeDrew.
1 second left in the extra penalty to the Black Cats, so.
Well, Tommy Johnson's poised to come back on the ice for FHS. And he is back on the ice. Now Anderson being bumped in on the boards by Topolensky. And there's going to be another Black Cat penalty. McInerney plays called. And boarding's going to be the call. And it might be Chris Howland. He's talking to Brady Moore. So John, again, the penalty bugaboo is.
Well, he's gone.
Well, Bruce is out of the game, I think. I do see Andrew Bruce is going to the dressing room, so I think he's out of the game.
And he's a really key player for the Black Cats.
So obviously it's a checking from behind minor. They have a 2-minute. We'll get the call here. That's the call. Bruce will be given a 2-minute minor for checking from behind.
That's a devastating loss for the Black Cats. Bruce, one of their top couple of players.
Of course, with that, that's game misconduct.
Yeah.
It seemed pretty innocuous in the corner, John, that penalty. We talked about it in timeout, of course, about the 2-minute minor for checking from behind. Well, right now it's going to cost the Black Cats the services of Andrew Bruce. And the Blues now on the power play. Now Hallahan here for FHS. Hallahan is checked and control here now by the Blues. Wentworth, number 5, being watched by Mark Dickinson. Up here to center ice now to Bob Thompson, got bumped there by Hallahan. Flip to the center ice area once again here by FHS. Now Thompson spun around by Howland. Over here to Peter Malloy. Malloy in here for Ormukto. Malloy will take the shot off the side of the Black Cat goal. Now McInerney. He just plays to the corner to Dickinson, who will clear the zone to center ice. Now Topolninsky plays it ahead here. It's controlled now by McInerney, who gets it down the ice here for FHS. Right to goaltender Barter, as a matter of fact. Now Wentworth here for Ormukto High School will leave for Dave Penny. Lost it, but Wentworth will pick up to center ice. That pass for Chappelle was knocked down by Dickinson. Or Hallahan rather, right here to Barter. Now Topolninsky up here to Gary Thompson. Thompson now for Ormukto High School in the center ice area. Now into the zone goes Thompson. Thompson makes a nifty move with the defense, trying to back pass to Stubbert, who now has it. It's funny, check though. Thompson back here with the point, kept in here by Wentworth. Over here at Thompson, rink wide to Chappelle. Chappelle puts it to the corner. Now Dickinson was checked. Thompson got bumped by McInerney, and they freeze it in along the boards.
Pretty good again, open ice check late on Ormukto player.
I tell you, John, we can really see the skill level, though, of Gary Thompson.
Oh, he's a beauty.
Got great size at number 17 as well as Dave Penny, number 19. Two of their marquee players. Power play has 31 seconds remaining. The period has 8:14. It's 1-1. Anderson for the Black Cats and Chappelle for Ormukto High School.
I think the Cats are living on the edge. I really do.
Well, we talk about the discipline factor, and it cost them game 1 from all indications. And right now, it's putting the Blues on the power play. They already have a power play goal here tonight. Now Thompson over here to Chappelle. Chappelle into the zone now for the Ormukto High School Blues, and behind being checked out by Hashi. And down the ice it goes. Now Barter will leave for Carr, number 23 and behind. Up here to Stubbert. That pass, feathering pass off the skate of Chappelle here to Thompson. Now Thompson goes right to Hoy Hello, just placed in the corner. Thompson being bumped there by Graham Hashi in the corner. Now Stubbert as well for Ormukto, and Hashi bumped. Dug out here by Thompson. Oh, here's Chappelle's shot. Big stop by Hoy Hallett. Puck goes to the corner now. Stubber's check. Picked up here by Thompson. Feathering pass over here to Carr in the corner. Being bumped though by Malloy. It's in behind the Black Cat goal. Kept in by Chappelle. That shot just knocked down here by the Cats and controlled by Malloy. Up to Cannell. Now Cannell, wrist shot. It's played to the corner. David Kilburn now for FHS. He was checked as he went down. Stubbert lost it here to Cannell. He just plays to the corner. Now Kilburn here for the Black Cats. That pass gobbled up here by Thompson. Rink wide now to Chappelle. And he'll just flip it to the Black Cat corner. And that will be icing here. And I'm sure John Chappelle had to do that over again. He'd take one more stride because he's right at center ice.
Well, what a great first period of hockey. Boy.
Well, the ebb and flow of this game, of course, and the emotion in this rink, you can feel it.
Cut it with a knife.
Their rivalry is alive and well. There's the Funded Cable 10 scoreboard. 1-1. OHS, FHS. On the faceoff, that shot by Hallahan was blocked. Play up here to center ice now. That's Porter, number 21. He lost it to McInerney. He just plays it ahead, kept in by the Blues to the corner. Now McInerney once again here for FHS. With a bit of a spin around to get by Cameron. McInerney up here to Johnson. Ahead trying to feed Smith. Now LeDrew to Topolninsky. Plays up here to Murphy, too far for him. And gobbled up here now by McInerney. That pass gobbled up here by Troy LeDrew. He's bumped in on the board. Taken out here by Burns. Now Johnson for FHS right at the blue line. couple Blackcats went in a little too quickly for Tommy Johnson. Was forced outside the zone once, and now Johnson will come inside the zone here for FHS. He went down as the two Armagh High School players. Now Tolpaninski plays to the corner here, trying to feed Murphy went down. Now Johnson shot, they score!
Oh! Barner never saw that. Never saw that coming. Or going.
Well, at 14-18 the time of that one, and very fluky, John. Much really like the first goal for the Blackcats in this game. That thing seemed to find the short side by Lee Barter once again. That man right there, victimized by Tommy Johnson.
Barter didn't even look behind him.
Well, it looked like it got in between the arm and the post. Well, there are the Blackcat cheerleaders. Something to cheer about at 14-18, the time of that goal by Johnson. 2-1 FHS. And both goals very similar against Lee Barter here tonight. Played in here by Kilburn. Now Dickinson. Neal on the boards. Burns and Dickinson on the assist. Now Penny. Or Smith and Burns rather. Quick shot. Nice save by Hoy Hallett. Nice shot by Dave Penny. Played two center ice by Cannell. He and Tolpaninski raced for the puck and won by the Armagh player. Kept in though by Fleming. That pass gobbled up here by Wentworth though in the center ice area now for Armagh High School. Wentworth will take the shot. Knocked down by Hoy Hallett. Now Hash should be in check by Penny. That guy here by Bobby Thompson in behind the goal now. That was Malloy being bumped by Kilburn. That guy here by Penny. Once again, that pass gobbled up here by Cannell, who gets it down the ice here for FHS. Now LeDrew. Lost in front of his own goaltender. And Barter had to be careful there. Make sure LeDrew didn't make a no-no. Still on the board now. That guy here by LeDrew once again. They'll take the long shot, one off the Blackout player to the corner. Now Anderson here for FHS, number 20 being watched by Stubbard up along off a skate. Here to Timmy Gibson down the center ice area. Gibson into the zone. Gibson just in front of the goal, knocked down by Barter. And he'll smother here for Armagh High School.
I think Gibson's like a runaway truck, just boom. Shortest distance between 2 points.
He doesn't play a whole lot, John, and we haven't seen him a lot in this game. This might be his first shift, but you're right. He's been every game that I've seen him play, he's been a factor.
It's like a football player on skates.
Well, David Kilburn is literally a football player on skates. Of course, number 22 played for the Blackcat football team, which lost to Harrison Trumbull in the provincial final.
Well, you know, a guy that's impressed me a lot, just watching him tonight and watching the scoring summaries, is John Burns.
He's played well tonight. Quick shot there, nice save by Barter. Now the backhander, they score!
Well, another strange one, kind of.
Well, Chris Howland will get that one at 15:50. And Lee Barter is not having a memorable first period for Armagh High School.
Barter's having a terrible time tonight.
That was right through the wickets of the Armagh High School goaltender. 3-1 FHS. That goal by Chris Howland on the backhander after Barter made a pretty big stop around the faceoff. But on the rebound, the Cats now lead 3-1. McInerney over here to Hallahan. Up to Dickinson. Offside here against FHS. Well, they give the assist to Mark Dickinson on that goal by Chris Howland at 15:50. That comes a minute and 32 seconds after the goal by Tommy Johnson.
Dave, I think we finally got a speaker up here in the press box, haven't we?
Well, I'm just going to say the PA certainly is sounding pretty good tonight.
Yeah, I think there's a speaker up here right now.
Now Greg Hallahan here for FHS. He's bumped by Carr, but he persists as Hallahan in here to the corner. That pass knocked down. Here's a chance for Hallahan once again. The puck went off the end of a stick. Play to the corner here by Johnson. Now it's in behind the goal. Just fed in front here to Hallahan was checked. Now Burns over here to McInerney will take the shot just off the side of the goal in behind. Now Dickinson here for FHS. In here to the corner, that's Cannell being checked. Now Walls checked. Johnson. Tommy Johnson, a backhander knocked down by LaDrew. It's in that corner. Penny up here to Malloy. Peter Malloy will feather it past the Wall. Too hard for him. A Wall got nailed by Burns heavily. Now Malloy trying to feed Wall, who was knocked down here by Hallahan once again. Now McInerney up here to Hallahan. He fanned on. Now Kilburn feathering past to Johnson. Over here to Smith will take the shots off the goal. Now Kilburn and Topolninsky along the boards. Kilburn trying to play the puck in behind the goal. They're just trying to freeze. That's Kilburn and Topolninsky, and called by Brady Moore. Well, I'll tell you, John, two pretty big kids in the corner, David Kilburn and Topolninsky for Oromocto High School. Face-off will be the right of goaltender Lee Berger. Face-off to the right of Berger. We're having a little communication problem up here, John, with our funding cable tank. There's a timeout being called here against Oromocto High School. Should mention our illustrious Cracker Jack funding cable tank crew in the truck, of course, Mitch Greencorn, along with Chris Allward. We have Daryl St. Amand. We have Warren Rendell-Dean. We have Jody Dross. We have Jamie Wilson. We have Jonathan Mogard. I'm Dave Ritchie along with John Creaser. And our producer for our Black Cat portion of Hockey Night in Fredericton, of course, is Terry Cannell, as you look at some of the spectators here at the LBR tonight. 3-1 FHS. There's a powwow, John, on the part of the Blues.
Well, don't know, really, what do you say? It's 2:47 left to go in the period. Certainly great for Oromocto if they could put one past Hoyt Hallett, before the end of the first period. But on the other hand, leave us not forget, Monday night in this rink, Black Cats twice had a 2-goal lead and lost the game 6-5. Obviously, they're conscious of that.
And the Blues have been making a habit, John, coming back, coming from behind, of course, in this series in their postseason. Now, Cannell's shot just off the goal, kept in, though, by Fleming. In behind the goal now. Topolninsky plays up on the boards. They're trying to feed the Oromocto player Malloy. Just in front of the goal now, coupled up here by Bobby Thompson. Thompson now for Oromocto High School, trying to make a move on Malloy, and he lost the puck to Thompson. Now Fleming off the boards. That went off David Kilburn, the back of Kilburn. That pass knocked down by Malloy, just plays it ahead here. Jeff Malloy up here to Watson, played in here by Kilburn, goes right to Berger, who will leave now for LaDrew in behind. LaDrew up on the wing here to Peter Malloy. He just gave the puck up here to Fleming, who lost it though. Right at the Oromocto blue line. Topolninsky here for Oromocto High School. He'll flip it off the glass and in behind Hoyt Hallett. Now it's in behind. We're coupled up here by Mike Fleming for FHS. Fleming will shoot the puck to the corner. That will be icing here against the Black Cats.
That's not a great play.
Bizarre play.
No, that's not a good play.
Maybe he thought, John, that there's no touch icing here in high school hockey, of course. Once the puck goes over the line, it's blown immediately by the officials. Well, John, if there's a game 4 in this series, it will be at the Kings Arrow. And if there's a game 5, of course, the Black Cats are hoping there's a game 5. It will be back in this rink at the LBR.
Well, I think it's a very high likelihood of 5 games, this series going 5 games, assuming the Black Cats win tonight.
Well, there's the Black Cat bench. Scott McTavish, a former Black Cat of considerable renown. Mark Francis to his left, to our right. Now Scott talking to the two defensemen, Hashie and McInerney. Of course, Mark, a former goaltender at FHS in the early 80s. Scott McTavish, of course, John, very prominent defenseman with FHS, and also went on to play with St. Thomas University, played junior hockey for a year. So those two individuals have some credentials as hockey people for sure.
Well, defensively anyway.
That's right. And I'll tell you, John, it's been a tough first season. There's lots happened with the Black Cat team during the season, of course. Well documented. And they've done a pretty good job to be as far as they have progressed.
Right. Well, yes, and part of that story is the number 11 on the front of their sweaters.
Now McInerney here for FHS. Up along the board trying to feed Tommy Johnson. Now ahead here to John Burns at center ice with McInerney. A bumper. Here's a chance. Big stop by Burner.
Wow.
Another shot there kicked out by Lee Burner. What a great chance by McInerney. Now Chappelle here for Oromocta High School. Chappelle to Thompson. Will take this shot. Kicked out by Hoy Hallett. And smothered by the Black Cat goaltender now, Stubbard. And McInerney exchanging pleasantries in front of the Oromocta goal, or the front of the Black Cat goal.
It wouldn't take much.
Well, a big stop by Burner, John, a moment ago off McInerney. They went up the other end, and Thompson, maybe the most dangerous Oromocta High School Blue, with a pretty good chance on Hoyt Hallett. There's Burner, and just previous to him, of course, was Hoyt Hallett that we saw on the screen.
Well, I think so far the Oromocto 2-game lead is two things: goaltending and penalties. An abundance of one and a lack of the other at times, you know?
Sort of a bizarre theme song being played here tonight, John. Flintstones. Nice shot there by Stubbard, caught by Hoyt Hallett. You mentioned number 11, of course, on the sweater as you look at Hoyt Hallett. Of course, that's in memory of Timmy Munn, who tragically passed away this year. And Timmy, of course, played for this team for 3 years, as recently as last year, of course.
Well, this has been a terrible year for a lot of things. I lost a good friend this week, a great hockey fan, Bill Sharp. Loved the game.
Now LeDrew is checked. Here's a chance now for Johnson. 3-on-1 here for FHS, and Johnson messed that up. A quick shot there, though, to Dickinson. He's bumped by LeDrew. Still on the boards. Now kept in by McInerney with a bit of a pirouette. Lost the punt here to LeDrew, who's bumped by Dickinson. Now Chappelle in here for Oromocta High School. Chappelle to Stubbard. Now Stubbard will take the shot on the short side. Was knocked down here by McInerney. Ahead down to Johnson. Break wide to an open wing where it's gobbled up now by Kilburn. He'll play it in here for FHS, in behind the goal. Carr for Oromocta High School up here to Gary Thompson. He'll just feather it to center ice. Now Jeff Malloy here for the Black Cats. Up to Cannell. Now Cannell is bumped right at the blue line by Tolpaninsky. Carr trying to feed Thompson. He's checked in behind by Cannell. That went off Tolpaninsky in the corner now for Oromocta High School. It's bumped over by Anderson. Now Cannell in behind here trying to feed Dickinson, who is checked. Now play to the far corner. Now just in behind once again. You're dug out by Anderson, and that would be the period.
Boy, it was some kind of period of hockey.
And John, the noise level in this rink is certainly at a very high decibel. The shots on goal in this first period: 13 for FHS, 12 for Oromocta High School, and the scoring in that period.
FHS at 4:19 a power play. Anderson from Malloy and Bruce, who has since departed. OHS tied it up at 7:29 on another power play goal. Chappelle, who I think's had as good a period as anybody for the Blues, from Larson, I believe. FHS, though, got the second and third goal for themselves. Tommy Johnson, great play from Chris Smith and John Burns. And at 15:50, Chris Howland from Mark Dickinson gave the Black Cats a 3-1 lead, but of course we know from a week ago that that's not a safe lead.
A long ways to go, John, here in game 3. The Cats, after one period of play, had 3-1. Stay tuned for period number 2 in a moment.
Peter Allison's Pizza Hut, 1180 Smythe Street. At the Hut, we truly believe it all starts with attitude. Captain Submarine, located in the Fredericton Mall, Prospect Street, 450-4334.
Welcome back here to a very raucous LBR. 3-1 for FHS after one. As you look at the Oromocta High School Blues. And here come the Blackcats now. Well, John, an interesting first period.
Very interesting. Anderson, Johnson, and Howland scored for the Blackcats, and Chappelle, who I think has been the best player out there for Oromocto, scored Oromocto's only goal. Chappelle, I had aired somewhat, giving the assist to a player that hasn't been around for a while. It was Stubborn, of course, got the assist. This Oromocto team, though, they're a very dangerous team. I'm a little surprised at Berner's performance tonight, to be honest.
Well, he's been such a big factor in the playoffs, John, and he's been the go-to guy for Daryl Smith, obviously, in this series. He played each of the previous 2 games, of course. And he did not have a good first period. I'm sure he would be the first to agree to that.
No, he really didn't. He let in a couple of softies.
Well, a couple on the short side, and of course the goal by Chris Howell right near the end of the period through the wickets of goaltender Lee Barter.
Well, I think the thing the Blackcats have to be very, very conscious of is with a 2-goal lead, you cannot let Oromocto back in the game.
There's a man of whom we just spoke of, the goaltender tonight here for Oromocto High School, Lee Barter, as we get ready to begin the second period of play. The Cats ahead 3-1 here at the LBR. Now McInerney, rink wide to Hallahan, feathering past to Johnson out into the zone for FHS. Being bumped there by Toplinsky in behind. Now, here's a chance for Burns. Just at the side of the goal. Quick shot there by Smith. Knocked down by Barter, and he'll smother here for Oromocto High School.
John Burns made an absolutely fabulous play on that to keep the puck in. Well, on his knees.
He just bumped off the Oromocto player off the puck, John, in behind the goal, and Barter that time was called upon to make a big stop for the Blues. The McDonald Blues, as you see the emblem in the front of the jersey.
The Golden Arches.
Yep, their sponsor. Face off to the left of the Oromocto goaltender. We talked about, John, the winner of this series playing a pretty strong representative out of the East and the North, of course, with Matthew Martin and Clement Cormier, 2 renowned high school powers.
It'll be a great final, no matter whether it's Oromocto or Fredericton, whoever's in it.
Now Stubber will take the shot, kicked out by Hoy Hallett, and he tried to control that rebound. It's in that corner. Now Dickinson is checked, kept in by Chappelle to the corner. There's about 3 spots of water on the ice there, John. You could see there when the goaltender Hoy Hallett tried to smother that rebound, the thing just stopped. Now Dickinson plays it to center ice. Wentworth plays it ahead here, gobbled up now by McInerney for FHS. McInerney into the zone, gets by Wentworth. McInerney, quick shot there, short side, caught by Barter. Now he and Canal collide, or Anderson rather, number 20.
Well, Helen got a stick up there pretty quickly for protection, I suppose.
Well, there is Joey Anderson, who arguably, John, was the best Blackcat down in the tournament in Massachusetts in December. He had a great tournament, and right now he's in the penalty box.
Which is bizarre because I think he got clipped.
Yep.
And he's bleeding.
Well, he's checking the mouth area, John, for some blood, and there's some red showing. And he got all tied up with Barter, and Barter was in the crease, and Anderson went after the Oromocto goaltender. He's called, and I think the goaltender as well is being called.
Yeah, I think so, and so it should be. You can't give Anderson a penalty and not the goaltender.
And Robert Stubbert's going to serve that minor to Lee Barter. Quick shot there off the face-off, just off the goal. Now McCafferty, that pass gobbled up here by Hashy. Now McCafferty once again here for Oromocto. Over here to Thompson, he lost it. Barter, they just announced the penalties. For high stick is a call against those 2 players now. It's just in front of the Blackcat goal, and redirected right to Hoyt Howell. Now it's in behind Howell without the stick, just trying to freeze it. Hale on the boards in there as well as Canal, and they will finally hold for the face-off. Pretty good work there by the 2 Blackcat players, particularly Canal and Chris Howell, who lost a stick.
Dave, I think over the years, if you look at the playoff performance of the Blackcats, one of the things that I think has plagued them is the inability to play 60 minutes of hockey. You know, they play 55 good minutes, and the 5 minutes kills them. I mean, I've seen that happen over and over again to them.
And something else, too, John, about FHS, when they have a chance to bury a team, they don't do it.
No, they don't have the killer instinct, it seems.
And think back to Louis J. Robichaud in 1991. That is exactly what happened to the Black Cats in that series.
Well, two things. They didn't bury him, and they didn't play 60 minutes of hockey.
Now Hallahan up on the board here trying to feed Burns. Can't catch up to it. Kept in by Carr to the corner. Now play to the far corner. That's Penny in there and as well. McCafferty got bumped there by the Black Cat player. Now Johnson. Tommy Johnson, that pass went off a stick. LaDrew plays it to center ice. Malloy had that pass picked up by McCafferty, got dumped though by Hallahan. And very fortuitous indeed for FHS that time because McCafferty had a partial break. Now Johnson in here for FHS. Tommy Johnson over here to Smith and on goal. Big stop by Burner off Craig Smith. Now quick stop by Malloy is redirected over top of the goal.
Wow.
What a great pass by Johnson and Craig Smith. One-on-one here. Now we have a 2-on-1 here for Oromocto. Thompson in on goal and lost the puck here. So trying to feed the puck over to Penny.
A little too fancy.
Burns up here to center ice to Johnson went off his stick. Now Penny fans on it. Smith has it for FHS. He avoids a check. Puck finally goes to Carr. He plays on the board to center ice. Shot back in here by Jeff Malloy. And in behind the goal, Barter, who made a big stop a moment ago off Craig Smith. Now Wentworth up along the boards here to Malloy. Peter Malloy is bumped. The Black Cat player went down though. Now Carr up to Chappelle is being checked by Chris Howland. Now Graham Hashi here for FHS. He just flipped over into the crowd and the play is called. What a great chance there a moment ago, John, and Lee Burners had a pretty good start to the second period.
Well, that's the thing with Barter. He can shut you down for the rest of the game. So, you know, you may end up winning this thing 3-2 because of Barter, or, you know, whatever. But I'll tell you, Tommy Johnson tonight is just phenomenal. Just everywhere tonight.
There's some of the spectators here, John. This capacity crowd at the LBR.
Very excited, very nervous, I think, on the Fredericton side.
And on the draw control here by Chris Helen here for FHS, being bumped by Thompson. Now Wentworth will double back in here for Oromocto High School to the corner. That's Kilburn for FHS being bumped there by Malloy. In on the boards, now done out by Chappelle. And behind, he was dumped. And McInerney plays up here to center ice now to Chris Howell along with Dickinson. Shot knocked down by Bird to the corner. Now Toponinsky plays it here to the corner once again here. Flipped up by Malloy to center ice. Shot back in here by the Cats. Kilburn will dump it in here for FHS. Now Toponinsky once again. He plays it up here to Peter Malloy. Got bumped gingerly by Graham Hashi. Now McInerney plays called. And offside here against Oromocto. So the play will be called. Well, we talked about the work of Daryl Smith, John. We certainly want to give credit as well to Charlie Cameron, one of the assistant coaches, along with Kevin Agard. There's a Black Cat coaching staff, Mark Francis, the head coach, and Scott McTavish, the assistant.